And we are back here. I cannot wait to read your word problems that you made. And if you did answer them, great. If not, don't worry. But I cannot wait to read those word problems. We are going to be going to our first workbook page for today. This is page 397. So if you have not put it on Notability yet, you can put it onto Notability. And up at the top, I'm just going to start by reading the black bold words. Always what good mathematicians do, but I'm going to read it at solve each problem. Ready? Solve each problem, label your answers. Now, I am going to show you how to do number one. Well, I'm going to kind of talk through it, and I'll let you listen to all of my thinking, but then you are going to be finishing number 2, 3, and 4 by yourself. But here's number one. Add to unknown start. So this kind of problem is you don't really know how it starts, but you're adding to it. Doesn't mean that it's going to be an addition problem. You might solve it in a different way, but there's a lot of different ways to solve this problem. But you can listen to this. Greta put some, I'm going to underline that right away. Greta puts some beads on a string. Underline that again. Some beads on a string. Then she puts on 70 more beads. Now there are 130 beads on the string. How many beads did she put on the string to start? So I need to know how many to start. So a couple different ways I can solve this one. One thing that's going to be really good for me and really helpful for me, and I would love to see all of you do this too, using those pictures. For like me, a math mountain is going to make sense here. My total is 130. She's 130 beads. So she started with some of them. She put on 70 more, and that gets up to 130. So when I think about that, then I think about, okay, what's my equation then? My number sentence. Well, it's something, I'm just going to use m, plus 70 equals 130. Okay? Or I can think about it like, well, she had 130 total. And then there's m plus 70. Now I could think about, okay, what plus 70 equals 130? Or I can think about it this way too. 130 minus 70 equals m. So I am going to actually do my problem that way. I'm going to do 130 minus 70 to figure out how many she started with. Well, 0 minus 0 is 0. I can't do 3 minus 7. I don't have enough tens. So I'm going to go over to the hundreds. I'm going to take away 100. Now I have 0 hundreds. And then we're going to bring, and in 100 I have 10 tens. So I'm going to bring over those tens, all 10 tens over. So now I'm going to have, I'm going to write 13 above, but it really is 130. Because 10 tens is 100, so I brought over 100, so it's really 130, but I'd just say 13. 13 minus 7 is 6. So 60. And then I can just kind of mentally think about that. Does that make sense? If she started with 60, and I add 70, equal 130. Oh, yeah, another way I can recheck that too. I'm going to show you another way. Because you might have been thinking you want to do m plus 70 equals 130, and you maybe have even done part of that mentally. And even if you were doing part of that mentally, I want to see like a math mountain or a number sentence equation like this. Well, I know that 6 plus 7 equals 13. So if I put 60 plus 70 equals 130, I think that works because 6 plus 7 is 13, and then I just add on that 0. Yeah, so that works. So for my answer then, I'm just going to write 100, or not 130, it's how many did she start with, and that goes back to the 60. Well, she actually started with 60 beads. So you can see I solved this problem in a lot of different ways. I used a math mountain. I did 3 different number sentence equations. I did 130 minus 70 by doing trading. I also did a little bit of mental math with it because I knew that 6 plus 7 equals 13, so then just have to add a 0. Lots of different ways to do this problem. I want you to do what's going to be best for you as well. And you can even try solving this problem in a lot of different ways. More than just one. That'd be really, really cool. And you can show as much work as you can. But for all of these, I need to see work. I don't want to just see, I don't want to see answers. I want to see work. I mean, you have more than enough space to do it there. Now I'm going to read problems 2, 3, and 4. After I'm done reading them, you're going to go solve them yourself. Take from unknown start. Greta put some beads on a string. Then 70 of the beads fell off the string. There are 60 beads still on the string. How many beads were there at first? Ooh, okay, so I don't know. So it's like I almost have like kind of two parts. Okay. And if I was going to be doing some underlining, I definitely would have, she put some beads on a string. 70 fell off. 60 beads still on. Okay. So something kind of good to, just something good things to think about. Number 3, this is add to unknown start. Patrick was carrying some booklets. His teacher asked him to carry 30 more. Now he has 110 booklets. How many booklets did he start with? Okay. So it looks like I maybe even have. So he was carrying some booklets. The teacher asked him to carry 30 more. Now he has 110. How many did he start with? I should also get this up here too. How many were there at first? Okay. Then number 4, take from unknown start. Patricia was carrying some pencils. Her friend took 30 of them. Patricia has 80 pencils left. How many was she carrying at first? Okay, well, she was carrying some pencils. Her friend took 30 of them. Now she has 80 left. How many were there at first? Okay, so I want you to think about those 3 problems, and you can come back to the next video to check.